Hey, so my plan today is to cut this hair, trim around the ears, so because the summer's on and it's good to keep the hair trimmed around the ears during the summer. Other months, maybe a little different, huh? So we got kind of a special card today honoring a Czechoslovakian spiritual scientist, which we'll get into later. And I'm like 1/4 Czech and 1/4 Yugoslav. Do they exist anymore? Anyway, I don't know, somewhere around the Black or Caspian Sea ancestry in the Carpathian mountain range area, or somewhere like that. Anyway, I may like to visit someday. I don't know. We'll see. kind of stuck in this little town. The town over looks very exciting. I've gone to quite a number of shows over there. They can be really fun. Yeah, I love those kind of tight, close-knit community gatherings with music and just the warm community. I miss that. I haven't seen that in my life for quite a number of years. So we'll see how that rolls. Okay, be back. So some of us disguise our perhaps at times overly strong glamours with a bling, right? Okay, so that's good. Just to throw off our so, I mean, people think that it's like to disguise their inherent uglinesses, you know, but no, I think that bling actually holds back how beautiful we really are, and I'm not against bling. Okay, I think bling is healthy. Anyway, so here's what I've had prepped for us here. So hello, welcome, greetings, welcome, luminaughts. Here is a benevolent little self-talk for us who may be following our own principalities to and from the source of creation with our own artistry and personal flares. Affirmation: I trust in the power of positive affirmations to transform my life. You can say that with me or on your own. I'll say it again just for good measure. For any who want to cut after that equation is brought to fruition maybe twice over. I trust in the power of positive affirmations to transform my life. Now, I dare you, dear ones, to other than trifle with these learnings as the servitors of our burgeoning egregore may as might challenge any sense of malice should ingrain through yours elf and grow through your gravitas any false sense of priding veritas. Be that as it should, as it shan't, as aligned with mutual well-being. Thaumaturgies may get tricky, depending on the stagecraft, from thespian to thespian, puppeteering these loyal to the core vessels we are blessed navigating or otherwise with, from sailors to oars persons, throughout all that is in ephemeral juxtapositioning as cosmic waters do freeze memorandum to growing solid state in hard copy, thawing to circumstantial evaporations of our sharing in the witnessing, from mirage to precipitant oasis here. In opportunities, orders of chaos, or skirting overtly detrimental cores of such gravitas for the preservations of any of our built beliefs substantiating our faith's orders of hopes beyond doubts, for our well-being over any wealth of hell-being, in seductions out to pull us under the cross-currents of our confluences, perhaps in eddies of desperations, to be in theft of our shades, relieving us of any burnout from heaven's everlasting light, which one or more presiding may as might add hereby flits as possibilities that could be experienced as hell by and by, for the igneous cinders that may fall from the heavenly as envy, jealousy, and as such transmutables. XYZ PDQ. According to Joseph Zezulka, channeled, that there are 4 elementals that are the basis of 5 elementals of the quantum flux expressing itself on the material universe as water, fire, wind, and spirit, or emotional charge maybe. These 4 he meticulated elementally as contraction, widdershins, expansion, diasil, and coolness or cooling, and warmth or warming. So for this session, we're pulling a call of cards for the representatives of these principles in our lives. May be wise to have in good upkeep of mind for the podstata preserving our course in what also can be called the Akasha, but Joseph Zulka calls the podstata. At any rate, keep in mind, upkeep of mind, that these energies are noted to be dancing in spirals for the record of cosmic drifts, do by and by settle between galactic winds, perhaps. If these talos flit to your wickedry for any resonance that douses your witch in abrasive or overly challenging ways, you may care for yours elf to allow that humming thought of intent to charge into the fire before you blow out and flicker with and smudging, with those intents intensified in what you may as might phoenix through smoke, leaving its blessings behind for all their returns to ash via share by share, so as the magic other than sticks into your mud. So mote it being. XYZ PDQ. Okay, since we already shuffled, excuse me, we'll just pull from the top. So now, what is about in the likelies expanding in our field of awareness for the next few soul turns? We've got the Prince of Wands. The Prince of Wands. I'll pause it and go get Gerd Ziegler's book and read some brief excerpts from their interpretation. I've come to discover that Gerd was a masculine being in the flesh. For years I had been reading it thinking that Gerd was a female. Anyway, I'll get the book and we'll read about the Prince of Wands for what is expanding. The next
Okay, got it.
The key words for the Prince of Wands of what expanding over the next few soul turns: the airy aspect of fire, intensity, blossoming love, intuitive creativity, out of the darkness into the light. All right, so that's great. That's good. Okay, and for our close encounter. Oh no. Okay, so now what about what is likely? Oh, you know what? This is the second card. So we have to go back to the first. It's like the Jewish alphabet. The second card is the first. It's weird, but in that alphabet, it's feminine to me, but so it's kind of backwards, the reading. Sorry that I started with the second card of expanding, because before expanding is contraction, like, giving birth. So the energies coalescing to consider within and without this session's moon shadows. For contradiction of the Jewish alphabet, Aleph becomes the second letter and Bet is the first, or something like that. I don't know. It's something to do with the Kabbalah that I learned over the years. Anyway, for our first card, since we already got the second, on what is coalescing from the moon shadows of the oncoming soul turns, we have the Prince of Discs. Okay. Well, that's kind of a good omen. I'm down with that. I don't know. How about you? So that makes sense. Prince of Discs here. Where are we? I'll fast forward the paging around, okay? Maybe that'll... Okay, here we go. Princess of Swords, Knight of Discs, Queen, Prince. Okay. Key words for the coalescement are the airy aspect of Earth, mastery of structure, design, architecture, great energy dealings with the material, unshakable, prudence, meditation, and physical activity. All right, that's good for the first reality. Kind of, they're saying that the Big Bang is, it might not even be some new side rail of string theory or something. I don't know. I'm kind of been lagging on following the science lately because I'm working on this other stuff here. But I guess it is kind of a science. I do believe that magic was kind of maybe the oldest form of science and kind of the basis of alchemy, maybe. Anyway, so for the third card, for our close encounter of the third kind, to kin, where are we with what we hold dearly for cooling our jets? Took a look into usefulness for quelching any fevers oncoming in short sums of our long runs. Here we have, for the element Zazuka of cooling, we have the Three of Sword. Well, kind of makes sense. Sometimes, cooling is cool your jets with the Three of Swords. What does Gerd say about that? I put the connotation anticipating like a negative reading, but every time it's positive. Swords, 4, 3. So what's cooling us? What's calming us down, maybe to be wary and process in solid state or whatnot, is Saturn in Libra. So balance, worries and doubts lack of clarity, heaviness, depression, tension in three-sided relationships. Okay, so that's like a good omen to, like, if we get too heated and fired up, we can cool down and relax our body using depression. And what else did it say? You know, and to address our worries and doubts, like take our time with them so that we can, you know, move ahead with clarity, so to speak, like letting our mud settle and our surface freeze over and become opaque, so we're in our mystiques, okay? Okay, so that's good. And for the fourth card of the Zolko's base elementals, the final wilding of card for enticing plays with enlightenment we share, going to be fired up for whatever heats our fancies on coming again and again, or one time too many to guard us from what may be overly enough. What's heating up in the oncoming ladle, dishing from the cauldron of our destinies to spice up with our luck for and with taste of the basis from which we are fated to roller coaster from crash and burn to rise and shine? To absolve crescendo, we have for you truce, the Four of Swords, next in line to the Three of Swords, 7. So some awesome balance for the expansion of heat, or the contraction thereof. The Four of Swords, Jupiter in Libra, so another balance card. Calm, centered, so a smooth, calm heat, not to stoke our fires to raging infernos or whatnot. So with clarity of the previous card and how it affects us and how we can perceive the usefulness of depression and negative emotional dross and doubts and such, we have spiritual cleansing, integration, and expansion of this soft heat going forward. It's great, awesome read. Well, I'm so thankful of all the other card readers out there and how they're co-inspire me. And yeah, so this is the end, my only friend, the end of this session, at any rate, for gate open to swing this way or that, after what we may gain of closures. Au revoir and akashawa for any lovelies who love.